Hi folks, and welcome to Poverty Proof, how the rich think differently and how you can train your brain for wealth. In yesterday's video, we discussed an idea that helps you to raise the value of what you do. And the simple concept was this: at the point of sale, your customers experience a before and after emotion. If you're able to heighten the after emotion, their perceived value of you greatly increases. It makes you more valuable, stimulates more sales, and ensures that you become wealthier. Let's discuss the second one. Today, in between all the noise and banging and construction next door, I managed to finish off the audio recording of the brand new book, Poverty Proof for Entrepreneurs. And this was one of the chapters that I recorded. It talks about another way of raising your value, and that is how you peg yourself in the public consciousness.
As you announce your offering to the right people, every customer you meet will attempt to peg you at a certain level. This calibrating of how good you are, how expensive you are, and at what level you operate is actually under your control, more so than theirs. They only have access to you via what you choose to show. If the things you show portray an entry-level amateur, then that is how they will peg you. However, if you consciously make the choice to look and act like a top professional, taking charge of the scenario, acting with confidence, and portraying professionalism, then they will have no reason to assume that you are not such a person. They can only know you by what you show, and that much is under your control. I recently had a conversation with a friend working in the kitchen design industry. Her situation was unusual. Her boss's personal life had been imploding for the past year, and she had almost single-handedly been running things. She was beginning to entertain the idea of starting her own business and becoming known as an expert in the world of new kitchens. However, in conversation, it became clear that her plan was to begin at the very bottom and effectively show the world that she was young and just starting out. It was almost as though she was being guided by the principle, they will be charitable to me because I'm small. There was absolutely no reason to do this. Her level of knowledge was every bit as developed as that of her boss, whose business she had been running for some time. And she personally conducted site visits, oversaw teams of workers, guided clients through the process from beginning to end, and even decided on pricing. She was well versed in what goes right, what goes wrong, and how to advise buyers. Add a classy outfit and a little self-assurance, and if I met her for the first time, I would never in a million years question that she was a high-end, wealthy, premium-level player in her industry. If she simply acted the part, I would go along with it and expect to pay accordingly. When I asked her why she wanted to portray herself as a newcomer, she had no real answer. It just hadn't occurred to her that she might step into the role of a formidable professional. Yet she had all the ingredients. It was just the self-confidence and portrayal of that persona that were missing. If you know what you are doing in your industry, and if you offer genuine value, there is no reason for you to announce to the world that you are an amateur looking for a handout. If you simply opt to take on the role of an expert and deliver accordingly, you will be perceived and treated that way. There is only one moral obligation upon you. You must deliver the value you are portraying. Do that, and you aren't a fake. You are simply showing what you really are. Accomplishing this principle of elevated positioning requires both positive action and the culling of negatives. The positive action is your intentional portrayal of authority, how you take charge, guide the client, say no to bad decisions, help them to get the results they want, and act like a confident industry leader. The culling of negatives entails not portraying anything that undermines your positioning. For example, one of my speaker friends, a high-level practitioner in this country, never allows himself to appear on Facebook in anything less than a suit. That may sound extreme, but the results are unquestionable. Whenever you see him, and whenever you think about him, all you picture is a titan of industry in a power suit, appearing at various venues around the world. It works. There are no negating visuals or messages compromising the total impression of him. Everything you ever see or hear says, class leader. Here then are your 4 challenges. 1. Are you currently trying to portray yourself as professional, confident, expert, and in charge? If not, why not? Is it simply because it has never occurred to you that you can? Each new client meets you for the first time. You get to decide what they think of you. 2. What are the specific things you can do to improve perceptions of you, with the goal of showing everyone they are dealing with a serious professional? 3. What are the things you should cull because they undermine the impression of you as a serious professional? Do you have photos of your business that make you look a little too humble, a little too mom-and-pop store? Are there social media updates that do more damage than good? 4. Do you know what the top names in your industry are charging? Pricing is a large part of perceptions. If you are too cheap, you will not be perceived as an expert. I know of specific cases of people who have doubled their fees and, to their own surprise, doubled their business by doing so. After their fee hike, they were actually taken more seriously. I am one of those people, and by no means the only one.